He's like, hey, I love your stuff. And I just looked up and I'm like, you're Vince Vaughn. I like your... I think I need to get rid of you guys as my friends. Like,
I'm sorry. I've tried to bring all of me as I could. I feel like I was a little absent today.
I'm purposely trying to cut all of you guys off just to see how many comments I can get. No one's
Today's
talking.
not the day.
I never get to talk on Impulsive, so I'm talking on my show.
Slow down, bro. Jeez.
Very nice.
Welcome back, guys. I'm very excited. And I know I always say I'm very excited, but today I am very excited. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why George Janko slept 2 hours and still running hot and excited. About to jump on a little plane, take it to New York City with the love of my life. Pan to her. Bam. That's her right there. She's a little nauseous. Not pregnant yet, but we'll get back to her in a second. Dude, I can't believe I even talked about the pregnancy because like you coming up to me and being like, George, I'm pregnant, happiness level right here, right? Like, oh my God.
Is that good or bad? Because you just put
right
it
here. That's
like,
high. That's
okay,
high.
got it.
Like my podcast, which I love right now, right here. This is like, and I'm going to get into why I'm so excited because of our guests, their lineup and all that stuff. We'll get to, am I rolling?
Yeah.
Every podcast, bro.
This is me in my happy zone in my career. This is the blessing right here. This is Belle and I, if we get married, pretty damn close to like the highest levels of life. And then bop, like right here, like she came up to me. She's like, baby, I'm holding your little baby in her.
That sounds like her.
You put your spirit in me, and now I'm gonna spearhead this baby out of me. And this is my level of happiness.
Wow.
But then if you realize I'm right here today.
Why?
George.
Why are you right there?
Because if you guys watch my podcast, which I'm sure you do, because you know we're coming up to be one of the hottest podcasts in the game. My favorite band tuned in to my podcast. You guys might have heard them. A little band called the Jonas Brothers. Hey, can I? Okay, so just to give some people a little like backstory, on my last podcast, I talked about how I love the Jonas Brothers. I compared them to the Beatles and every big band out there.
Also, that was 2 podcasts ago, I think. Because that was the last solo. The last one was
if
Brendan.
you interrupt me.
We've just been mixing up our episode
If you
names and stuff.
interrupt me again. Okay. Do you know who I'm friends with now?
The Jonas Brothers.
Shut your mouth.
Sorry.
Okay. Whatever time ago I talked about the Jonas Brothers, and I get a DM. I'm in Miami. I'm sunbathing at the Soho Beach. This is my first time at the Soho Beach. This was a very exciting moment of my life. I want to take the time to paint the picture of my surroundings. I'm at Miami Beach. Had a great weekend with the boys. We're laying down. Uber sunblock on me because the last time I almost died.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at the
After I reminded you.
which I did forget, which is hilarious. She's like, did you put sunscreen on? And I go, no. And she goes, are you stupid?
After you were traumatized? Like
No.
literally
Don't. I know
Okay.
a lot of the comments are like, let her talk, but don't ever fucking talk over my Jonas Brothers story, okay? So I'm sitting there
He's
at the beach.
bullying me.
Oh, no.
I will replace you like the last co-host that I had, I swear. Just keeps replacing co-hosts.
Okay.
Just read there, Jessica next, Simi. Okay, sorry.
Miami Beach, Soho House.
So I'm at the
Frickin'.
Soho Beach.
freaking Soho Beach. Son of a bitch, bro. Let me just finish this fucking story. I'm at Soho Beach, and I get a DM from Kevin Jonas, and he's like, hey, I saw the nice things you said about me. I took a lap around the beach. I showed everybody and their mother. I said, excuse me, come here. Do you know who the fuck this is? They're like, oh my God, that's so crazy. What are you going to do? I was like, don't talk to me. You have no business talking to me now. I am a part of the Jonas Brothers family. I think I need to get rid of you guys as my friends. Like, you are who you hang out with.
Oh, damn. Like, we don't cut it anymore.
okay.
Not even a
buddy.
little bit,
Damn.
bro. All joking aside, we're very excited. We're taking a trip to New York tonight. And I'm over the moon, bro. We're literally just going there for the concert and then coming right back.
That's so cool,
Yeah.
dude.
Literally just going for the
And they're
concert.
doing a theater event where each night they're playing like a certain album, and they're like, which one do you want to go to?
Oh, that's because it's
Yeah.
Broadway, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I've never heard of a musical artist just doing a Broadway show. Is this a normal thing?
I think it's
is
a
it just a
theater show.
concert? Is it? That's dope that they're doing different albums.
Don't
different
know.
albums.
Yeah, it must
That's
just
really
be
cool.
each night different albums so they can like
George,
Dude,
George
you
just goes,
You
man.
just slap a bumper sticker of Jonas Brothers on a trailer park, and I'm coming. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, dude. Wherever they're at, I'm there. You know what I mean?
Well, that's cool.
So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Another thing, and I feel like I'm just kind of running through what's on my mind, is just because I'm excited. And also, we're only back here to shoot the podcast and literally just jump out.
Because we were in
leave.
Arizona this last week. Oh, wait. And then can I just add? When he was so excited that he got the news from Kevin Jonas, so he calls me because he like texted in the group chats, and then I call him. I'm like, dude, you don't even know how I'm feeling right now, because this is his childhood dream. You know, there's a different feeling having your childhood dream come true. So then, as he's on the phone with me, so excited, he goes, okay, babe, I gotta go. And as you know, when somebody's like hanging up, so they pull the thing away, so you can kind of hear them as a distance as they hang up, and he goes, another Kevin, you know, Logan's videographer. He goes, Kevin, you won't believe the Jonas Brothers.
Beep.
Yeah, and then it hangs up. Kevin, you won't believe the Jonas Brothers.
Bro, it's like, I don't know how to explain this, bro. Like, I am recognizable now because of Impulsive. Like, dude, Vince Vaughn came up to me at an airport, and until this fucking day, I can't believe that shit. When he shook my hand, I didn't even know, because he was so tall and I was running late to the airport. He's like, hey, I love your stuff. And I just looked up and I'm like, buddy, you're Vince Vaughn. I like your shit. How are you even knowing who I am right now?
That's insane.
So these little moments, like, I feel like I should kind of already be used to and be like, oh yeah, you know, it's like, you know, like DM the Jonas Brothers, Kevin. Like, no, shut up, Kevin. Dude, I watched Kevin like make the behind the scenes shit for the Jonas Brothers shit. That was, I don't know, I'm a fan of things and I get excited about things still. And so, like, I don't know.
No, that's one thing I've noticed about you. Is you have that like childhood excitement about things.
Why get
And
rid of it?
Never get rid of that, George.
No, why
Never.
would you? Why would you? Like,
It's the best thing ever.
I
dude.
think people think it's cool to have cool moments like this and then just be like, yeah, it's no big deal. Like, don't even
Yeah.
like. And to me, it's like, bro, you're ruining
That's lame.
a beautiful moment, like a huge moment. Like, dude, the fact that I'm going to go watch the Jonas Brothers perform just showed me that my hard work and my dreams paid the way to, like, I get to go meet people that I looked up to or I respected in this industry. And the fact that they even know me or respect my work or even know of my work is such a big blessing. For me to try to pretend like I don't care about it is just a form of not being grateful. And I'm super grateful for the position that I'm in. Speaking of, I released a song. I released a song, and I never really got to dive too deep. And the boys didn't really, because I released it on Impulsive. Sorry.
Yeah.
My brain is like a hamster wheel right now. I want everybody at home that ever watches my podcast, please forgive me today. I'm very sporadic.
Sometimes those are the best podcasts, though, when it's just all over.
Yeah, I'm
Say
just
it.
trying
Say
to
it, man.
follow
Look at me in
along,
the eyes and
honestly.
say
I'm purposely trying to cut all of you guys off just to see how many comments I can get. Like, bro, let them talk. No one's
Today's
talking.
not the day.
I never get to talk on Impulsive, so I'm talking on mush. I'm so sorry. Go
I
ahead,
can
please.
barely follow you like right now.
Oh,
In
Belle's
real life,
dying
some
right
needs
now.
you to slow the fuck down.
I'm on like 180 and Belle's like on -4. She had food
Negative
poisoning.
40.
So she's being peeing out of her asshole this whole day.
No, I haven't been. Please don't say that. That's so gross, Georgie. You know I hate that kind of stuff.
Okay,
No.
she's just been throwing up.
Since a late Saturday night, I've literally been throwing up all night, all morning on Sunday. All Sunday, I've just been barely able to even sit up. And then today, now I'm not throwing up anymore. Now I'm just having some other issues.
Hey,
But
hey.
nobody needs to know about it. Like,
you
dude,
look
don't
good.
What'd you
describe
eat?
it like that.
You look thin. Is that fucked up? I can't make jokes like that, right?
I didn't hear it.
I go, you look thin.
You're so stupid.
Well, I think I can make those jokes
I think you
because
can.
you're not thick. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like if somebody was thick and I made that joke,
Whoa.
did I cross the line?
No,
Did you
it
just say
was
she's
funny.
not?
You
Dude,
know?
there's
When you
just-
can't do
it was
anything
too many
right?
things at once. Just don't say the first part, bro. What you said before. I don't care about the thin part. Like, ew.
We're not making that cut, dude. We did already
No.
too many cuts. If we had to cut everything that I did on this podcast, we would have 3 minutes rolling.
Patreon. Patreon.
God, I'm so hyper right now.
I'm just dying. That's just the end of the
What'd you
story.
eat?
I'm
What'd
just
you eat?
dying.
Taco Bell.
I don't know. It might have been Taco Bell. It might have been something. I don't
you
know.
told me not to mention that, and I did mention that.
What?
To not mention Taco Bell.
I don't think I said that. Did I say that?
We should start over. Like this whole podcast.
No, wait. Did I say something? Did I say that about Taco Bell? I don't think I
Wait,
said
what
that
about Taco Bell? You guys talked about.
It
You
might
can't
have
talk
been-
about Taco Bell.
We went golfing, and we.
What's happening, bro?
No, listen.
What the fuck?
This is a fucking.
What's happening?
I'm so sorry for anybody who's listening
Oh
to this
my
episode.
God, dude.
But okay, hold on.
We
hold
just
on.
got our retention really good on the last dude.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but I'm not apologizing. We're only 10 episodes in. I will get good
Facts.
at this. Okay. We were golfing, And in the golf, people drink and they use the golf carts, and that's how the golfing is.
Right.
I smoke, golf, and Taco Bell or something in the basket. So like we have like a nice vibe, and we usually go when nobody's around. So we have all of the green. We have our snacks, our food, and it just didn't sit with her. Actually, it didn't sit with her at all. It's been exiting.
Dude, Belle's pissed.
Yeah.
Boo. Belle has been yak.
It's not funny.
No.
I'm
Listen.
so sorry,
Listen.
Belle. That's horrible.
Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about. Damn, fuck. I have so much shit that I have to get off my chest. Okay. You know, it's so funny. I got on this podcast. I was like, guys, I don't know if I could talk to you.
Like, what can we?
I want to address some comments.
Wait, what? What are we moving on? Bro.
I want to address some comments. We'll start with the comments that are right. They're saying, George, let people talk. I hear you.
Just doing the complete opposite of that today.
That sounded real.
Why are you gonna look at me like that, bro? You said it yourself.
She's mad because I said she had diarrhea.
Yeah, you didn't have to say that, bro. Because that's literally not true. I've been throwing up since Saturday, and then you picked to choose to say the grossest thing out of all of them.
Because it's a joke.
It was gross. You know I don't like that stuff.
Anyways, so people are upset because I've been talking over people. And I wanted to address a few things. One, I'm just not used to talking on a podcast, so I'm just getting used to talking when other people are talking. You know, I have to give that practice of the give and go. And let me tell you something.
The give and go.
I'm working on it. Okay, you're saucy today, bro. You are saucy.
Give and take.
And the other thing is, a lot of people are like, "Hey, man, you're making fun of Belle a lot, and you need to stop." No.
It's just funny. People are like, "You're bullying her," and I'm like, "He's just teasing me."
You don't tease me on the podcast, but you tease me in real life. I
just tease
She's
you now,
mean, bro.
and you just said that
When
I
the
was
cameras
saucy.
are off.
No, you're just saucy because I said you were peeing out of your butthole, and now you're mad at that. See, I got to bring it out of her, and I won't be able to bring it out of her if I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to I got to pull it out of her. But yeah, no. So like, I'm gonna continue to talk shit to my girlfriend. You guys can tell me what to do.
No, I do think it's really sweet though that people are so like protective of me. Like, thanks for thanks.
I mean, if you want to leave and start your own podcast, now's the time. You know,
Now's the time to do it.
now's the time, Belle.
So thanks, guys. No, but for real, I do think it's really funny. Like, you guys think that George being mean to me, but I was watching back the podcast and I'm like, when was he even being mean to me? So we're
It's
just teasing each other.
When you're comfortable with somebody to that level,
Yeah.
you know you can push the limit a little bit. That's how you are when you love somebody. It's just-
Exactly.
I am
That's how
learning.
it is.
I am learning that there's a lot of things that the camera doesn't pick up behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
For example, with Impulsive, if I'm not talking, it's because I'm just not playing into whatever bullshit is like being played into. Like if we have a guest and they're on some shit that I'm like, no, I don't believe you, or if I don't care about it, I won't speak. And a lot of people are like, that's rude, or like you're not coming prepared. And it's just me not feeding into the shit, bro. That's when I'm really just not like, I'm not fucking with it. I'm just quiet. But if I'm teasing, if I'm in it, then I'm playing. I'm not being real. If that makes sense.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But speaking of Impulsive, I released my song. I know I said this like 40 minutes
wow.
ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
We're
we're
back
back.
there.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I just wanted to say, dude, like how that song came about was
What's it called?
oh sorry, dude, I'm
Nice.
so bad at plugging my stuff. The Heart of David Freestyle on all streaming platforms. You guys could
It's really good.
thank you so much.
Yeah. George has shown me
It's
all
on
his
top.
music. This is like, bro, it's a different person.
It's really weird.
it's
Everybody's been
wild.
saying this.
It's
It's
such a vibe, and I
wild.
genuinely I've been playing in the car. I called him. I was driving somewhere, and I played in the car by myself, and I was like, damn. I called him right away, and I was like, dude, like I know I said the song was good before, but like it really is good. Like if you could play a song by yourself in the car,
Yeah.
vibing, driving, it's a good song.
Truth.
I knew it was different than all my other music is because back in the day when I was making music, I would show my friends and they'd always be like, dude, that's good, man. And that would literally be the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like nobody
yeah.
would ever be like, dude, hey, play that new song you got. Or like, hey, dude, could you send me
Let's
that
listen
song?
to that again, man.
No one. And I never realized how important that part of like making music is. If like other people don't like it, it's probably not gonna do well. But how this whole song came about, because I did exit the music industry for two reasons. One, Logan and many other people recommended. They're like, hey man, just in case you don't know, you're not great at music. And I said, no way. I've won all the talent shows. And they're like, that's great. You're also competing with other people that are not good at music. And I said, okay, cool. Now it makes sense. So I quit music and I had a dream. And it sounds weird, bro, but I'm going to keep using this as a testimony because there's moments like this that happens and I like usually bite my tongue or I don't say anything. But now I'm just going to start.
There's a lot that happens behind the scenes that doesn't get talked about.
So I'm going to start busting out my journals, bro. I feel like that's going to be
crazy.
Like, and so anyway, so
Bust them out.
I had a dream and I forgot about this dream. So basically, have you ever had a dream where you forget about it and then you see something that reminds you of it and then you're like, oh, what the fuck? I had
a
this
flashback.
Dream. Exactly.
Yeah.
So not a deja vu, by the way. Not like, oh, I've seen this before. Like just something that reminds you, like, oh yeah, I had a dream that this happened. So Tanner Fox was visiting me for like a few weeks. We were just hanging out. We were doing a bunch of things together, some projects, and I told him about my producer friend Rami, who produces for like Kid Cudi and a lot of cool artists. Kid Cudi is Tanner Fox's one of his favorite artists. Like knows all of his music from head to toe, all of them. So I said, yeah, man, if you want, he lives just not too far away from here. We could go pop by the studio and you can say hi to him and you can ask some questions. I don't know. I like connecting people to people that they look up to or they like their stuff because I like watching them talk. I know that sounds really weird, but I do. I like watching like Tanner being like, yo, how was this song made and blah, blah, blah. I like watching somebody get that information out. It's
when they're in their element.
Exactly.
And because he knows more about that than you do. So there's these things.
Oh, yeah.
This guy like is in front of you and maybe you don't know all the stories. And then Tanner asks something and it's like, oh my God, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
It was just something that I felt in my heart. Connect them, have them talk. I called him and he answers the phone and I immediately remember my dream and I go, dude, what? I had a dream. You made me a song and everyone liked it. Like everyone who heard the song loved the song. And he looked at me and goes, bro, I had a dream that I made you a song. And I was like,
which is wild because it's not like you guys talk every day. You know what I mean?
No, barely. And it was cool because Belle and Tanner witnessed this. And so I turned to them and I go, what do I do? And they were like, dude, you should go to the studio and see what's going on. So I called him. I go, hey, should I come? That dream kind of was on my mind. And he goes, yo, I was going to ask you the same thing. You should come into the studio just to have fun, see what's going on. And I get there and he's showing me all these beats and they're like more trap beats. And I just got on one. Like, yeah, give me the money. I'm making a minute. And I'm just saying shit that like every other rapper does.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. And he shows me this one instrumental about Jesus being nailed to the cross. He's like, I wanted to produce something that Kanye would like. And I was like, oh, cool. So I listened to it and I was like, whoa. So I got on again. I did that da-da-da-da-da-da. And he paused it and he looked at me. He goes, no. He's like, stop. He goes, what's on your mind? What's on your heart? He goes, just talk about it. And I said, okay. And recently I've been like in Proverbs and in Psalms. And for those of you guys that don't know, David, it was one of the kings that was after God's heart himself. And I found that to be so poetic that he was referenced as the man that was after God's heart. And so I thought that was just like a beautiful storyline. And so recently in my prayers, I've been asking God, I was like, man, I want the heart of David. You know, the good parts of David, the part that he was obsessed with God. And like, even though he had his own kingdom, he was more focused on what God wanted him to do. And so he plays the song again. And the first line was that, ask God, give me the heart of David. And as soon as that left my tongue, while I was like, oh, this could be something special. And then we rapped again and I stopped. And then I was like, oh, this is cool. So then I would listen to the last line that I'd say and then I would punch into it. And then there were some times where I would like go for 30, 40 seconds, stop. And I'm like, okay, cool. How long did it take me to record the song altogether?
I feel like we were there for like, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, but the whole thing done in an hour and a half. So so from listening to the other trap songs to, so like the part where it was the heart of David, I think it was 30 minutes.
Yeah, like you actually recording the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah, and I went to go delete it, and I was like, oh, no, I don't want to do this song. And Tanner and Belle and Rami were like, no, dude, this is the best thing you've ever done. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, let me show this to some people that have always wanted me to quit. So I showed it to 3 of my friends that I could trust their words. Every time I showed them my other music, they'd always be like, dude,
critics,
it's not it.
Yeah.
And I showed it to them, and they loved it. Like, loved it. So I was like, damn, this is really cool. then we were in Australia. And in Australia, I was driving back with KSI and his manager and in his team. And I was like, if I show it to these guys will not lie to me. This was the real test. Like if I show a different camp that's at a high level of content that really takes their work seriously, especially when it comes to music, if I could impress this room, car, because we're driving. If I can impress this room, then I'm going to play this on Impaulsive. Like I'm going to show my boys as like my friends and just see where it goes. Mm-hmm. And I showed it to them and they loved it. I actually recorded their reaction. I might post that on Patreon. But
yeah, you should.
I recorded their reaction to it and they really loved it. And it was them that said this thing that I was like, okay, I got something, is when KSI and his boy was like, hey, run that back. And when they asked to play it back, that's when I was like, whoa. The fact that they want to listen to it twice back to back, they're not just giving me, they're like, oh, it's good. Yeah, keep doing it. They're like, they really believe in it.
Yeah.
So then I played it on Impaulsive. And bro, like I even texted it to Charlemagne. Breakfast Club, bro. Like, think about it. Like, how many
I can't believe that.
Bro, I was like, okay, if he likes this, then we're good. Like, then it's for sure like a hip hop type of song. Because I just watched compilations of him just shitting on people and their music. I sent it to him and I said, yes or no, ? And he said, yeah, I like this. It's dope. And I said, oh, okay, great. Thank you so much. And I was like through the roof and I'm so excited. And I messaged him again and I go, hey, is it cool if I post this like screenshot of you saying you like it? I want to get like my friends reacting to my song. And he goes, this is you? And I was like, yeah. He goes, I had no idea this was you.
Shut up.
Yeah. So dude, it was just really cool, man, that I got to put out my song. And it was the first time that I actually put out something where people were like, this is something special. And it was really, really cool. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I never really got to go into great
Tell
length
the story of it
on Impaulsive, but thank you for anybody who streamed it on their platforms. That was really fun.
If you haven't heard it, check it out.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank
it's
you.
a vibe and a half, bro.
Yeah.
I seriously love the song.
Thank
and
you.
yeah, as soon as Tanner and I were in that studio, we're like, dude, this is sick. You're like, I don't know. Should cut it. We're like, no, this is cool.
Shout out Rami for pushing you too. Like
All three of them.
That's so dope.
I truly was deleting it. Like I was going to never let it
But
see
also
the
like for you to deliver a flow that you thought people would like, and then him to pause it and say, no, this is what I want. You know?
Yeah.
That track would have never happened to that level if there wasn't somebody that saw something in you.
I also
and
would have never
pushed you
found
in
my
the
voice.
right direction. Yeah.
Because he even said, he goes, this is your voice. This is your lane.
Yeah.
And I would do this when I was freestyling. So that style is my freestyling voice. I just never thought of using it because I'm like, I'm not a rapper, bro. I'm no street creds. I have none of that shit. So it's like, I'm not going to be a rapper. But then I realized like, that's not how it is anymore. Like back in the day, it was like, you have to have some street cred. But now it's like really an art form that you could go and stretch and like see how good you could
100%
perform it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's so funny to me because like out of all the other songs, I'm like, this is it. And none of them. And then this is where everybody's like,
yeah.
Some of those, like, you went in, it was fast, it was casual, you know what I mean? But I think that's when the best things happen, is when there's no pressure, you know? It's just, like, casually happens. It just comes from you, you know?
All right, should we get into some TikTok news? Because
I have some things.
Because this is my favorite part of the segment.
Yeah, George, you really like this part of the podcast, right?
People got so mad that I disliked her fucking things that like now I'm purposely going to hate them all the time. Even if they're good, I'm just going to hate them.
Don't do that, please. Also, you always liked it. You would just tease, and you always said that. You're like, I love this segment. And you're like, I just tease. But then people took it as in the fact that you didn't like it. Right?
George loves TikTok news.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Stop!
Of course I love it. I'm the one that asked you.
You know you love it. So, for TikTok news, we have everyone in the U.S. may be working a lot less. The congressman has just introduced an act that would make a 32-hour work week U.S. law. So, in an effort to increase happiness of humankind, they would reduce the work week from 40 hours to 42 hours. So this would mandate overtime pay for any work done after 32 hours, which would encourage businesses to either pay more for working longer hours or creating 4-day work weeks or hiring more people. And they had actually a 4-day work week trial in the UK, and it had overwhelming success. Businesses reported that there was either no change or even growth in revenue, that 71% of employees felt less burnt out, 73% reported increased satisfaction with their lives, And yeah, so they did this trial in the
Dang.
UK. It had a good success, and now they're going to possibly be bringing it here to the US. And yeah, it'll be mandatory law, 32 hours, no longer, or overtime or like pay.
Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like that's been in talks for a long time.
you think so?
Yeah, I've heard about a 4-day work week for a long time, but if that's actually being implemented, that'd be...
So people have 3 days off?
Yeah. It extends the weekend by a day, essentially.
Yeah.
Got you. Same pay?
Same.
That's a good question.
Same pay, but it seems like it would be.
Because talk about a hard time to be, floating with your financials right now with paying for
That's what I'm
the
saying.
price of living going up. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we could afford to work less, but
But then it would be if you wanted more hours, if you wanted to work more than 32 hours a week, then you would be getting over.
you'd be getting overtime.
You'd be getting overtime pay,
Got it.
which is more money, right? So there's
That
that
makes
possibility.
sense.
I'm not sure, but
Interesting.
that's just kind of like what I saw.
I like that. I do like that. I like the fact that people would be working a little bit more, but I'm also scared of the hustlers.
Working, I mean, a little bit less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I
Oh,
say?
you said more.
Oh, sorry.
You meant working a little less.
There's so many layers to it because also being a business owner right now is extremely tough, especially after COVID. So they'd be taking the brute force of it. They'd have to pay for
beat
overtime.
the shit out of home, like mom and pop stores and like.
Yeah.
Not, if you're not a corporation where that is like a multi-million or multi-billion, it's very tough
Yeah.
to like keep your head above water. And I feel like they just keep pounding at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a move to help people or to get rid of the middle class?
See, I don't know.
Conspiracies?
I feel like it would.
Conspiracies?
I don't know, because it's sorry, I didn't mean to push you. Like, I feel like it does help people in the sense of like giving them some extra time on the weekend to get their things done, to be fully rested, help them mental things like that. But then yeah, for businesses, like to either you have to hire more employees or you're paying them more, that might be a little bit difficult.
I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think it's the work time that's messing people up. It's the fact that they're not organizing their time properly. For example, like when I started waking up at 6, I just added 5 hours to my life. So like there's a lot of people that just work for a corporation or a company or whatever, and then they're just waiting for the weekend and they clock out and then they just like, oh, I don't have to worry about anything, when they could be building their own life. And I think that's where you get your happiness. I don't think you need another day off. That's just going to be another day you're going to get fucked up and then just not do anything, hang out, watch TV, put a cramp in your back, and then go back into working. I don't think that's going to put your happiness up. I think you putting time aside to build something for your own life, your own bloodline, your own way is going to be drawing way more happiness than just taking another day off of rest for somebody else.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. I think it's also, there's so many different demographics of people that are in the workforce. Like people that would genuinely benefit from that are like single mothers, people that are trying to go to school while raising a family. Like there's a lot of people that literally can only get 4 to 6 hours of sleep and then they're up making sandwiches for their kids the next day. And the weekends they're spending all their time studying. Like there is people that could benefit from that, but I agree with you.
No, and also what you just said was something I was talking about. Like
Yeah.
you said that they were doing other things like going to college.
Yeah, truth.
Or they have a family. So like that's their happiness, right? Going to
100%.
college, trying to get that end goal, or they have a family they're taking care of. So you're right. I guess it could be good or it could be bad. I think, dude, it's so funny to think this way.
It could go either way.
It could go either way. I think it's you just got to manage your time.
Yeah.
I think
like
once
hopefully you would use that extra day, wisely, so that you could like set yourself up for the week, get organized, do things that are beneficial for your life and your future, and then you have a day of rest, and then you have an extra day to like maybe just enjoy and go have fun, or
I'm curious what people from other parts of the world would say about this, because I feel like Westerners, like we've just been told that life is about work. You know what I mean? And that has some sustainability to it. Like I feel good about myself when I do a good day at work and I go home and I feel accomplished, and then I can go to sleep and get a good night's rest. But there's parts of the world where it's not just about work and adding to, I don't know how
Greece
to
is
finish
like
my
this.
thought, but you know
Greece
what I
is
mean.
like this. They don't focus so much on just work. They like actually their work is like a very small portion of their life, and then they go out and they mingle, they have tea, they eat dinner. And
More family oriented
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
what else do we got?
Well, have you heard about Elon Musk's little new town? that's possible.
There's no way he
can
has
happen.
a little new town. It's Elon Musk. He has a big new town.
A big new town.
Did he have a town before?
No. So,
I like town.
Elon Musk is in the works of creating his own town called Snailbrook. I feel like I said that word.
Snailbrook?
Snail and then Brook. Snailbrook. It hasn't been publicly announced, but the location is in Bastrop County, about 35 miles away from Austin, Texas. And in meetings, Elon reportedly described his vision as a Texas utopia, where employees could live and work cheaply, only having to drive half a mile up the road. The average price for a house, so just to give you perspective, the average price for a house in Bastrop County is around $2,200 a month, but in Snailbrook, it'll cost only $800 a month for a 3-bedroom house. Elon even met up with Kanye West several times last year to discuss designs. To discuss the designs for Snailbrook.
That's what's up.
Has that Kanye West touch, you know?
Yeah.
And it's believed by local real estate agents that Elon may own 6,000 acres of land in that region, which in perspective is more than 7 times the size of Central Park in New York City. Crazy. And then text messages seen by the Wall Street Journal show that project planners have described huge plans, including creating an entire city. So this is almost like, when I saw this on TikTok, it was like comparatively, you know, the line that's happening in
Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia, you know what I mean? This is like Elon Musk's own little like project, own little line project. You know what I mean?
How fucking broke are we? Like, how broke are we? How broke are we?
Like compared to...
Yeah, man. Yeah. How broke are we? I looked at tickets. I was like, Jess, could you give me tickets to the Jonas Brothers? It's a little late, but how much is it getting?
Flights.
Yeah, it's going. Oh, that much? Fuck. Okay, fine. It's the Jonas Brothers. This guy goes, hey, how much for that city? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bro? Can I work as an intern for this guy? I'll do it. I'll be a fluffer for him, bro. Like, just give me something, bro. Like, God bless it. I hear some people, like, dude, when you go to Saudi or you go to, like, where did we go in Switzerland? Stad. And, bro, I'm broke, dog. And, like, I know there's a lot of people commenting, dude, you don't know what broke is. No. We're broke. We are broke compared to these guys. These guys could spend in 1 hour what I make in 10 years. And they go...
Or like Kanye could lose that amount in an hour. Do you know how he lost $500 billion? Or 500 million. How much was it? Not 500 billion. He lost an insane amount of money.
Well, yeah, because he said he hated the Jews.
Yeah.
That could kind of devastate a biggie bank.
Yeah. A biggie bank.
I don't think anything comes good from hating the chosen people.
Yeah. Bad idea, man.
I mean, you got everybody mad at you after that one. Even Jesus upstairs is like, those are my guys. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing that. He said Jesus walks. He just walked out of the room. You pissed him off. He doesn't even want to be a part of the conversation anymore. I saw an interview with him. He goes, yeah, I stepped out of line with God. Yeah, no kidding, man.
Bad idea.
But I guess he's going to be, the little interior designer.
No, that's crazy. It's been rough recently. I've been a huge Kanye fan. And I love watching all of his 2-hour-long interviews. And when he got on the Christianity wave a little bit ago, I remember watching him talk about wanting to create an off-grid community where it would be centered. The church would be in the middle of the town. They'd build their own places to be fully self-sufficient. And I saw this 2 years ago. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's bringing ideas to Elon Musk for this Texas community.
I think you might be right.
Because he went deep in depth about it.
Yeah.
He was like,
so maybe they got together and they're like,
sustainable.
we have these ideas. Like, I had these ideas. I'm just helping him create it. Yeah.
Would you live there?
Would I live there?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Is he giving me money to live there, or am I just?
Good question.
Am I paying there to live there?
Just
why is rent so
affordable.
cheap? Is it because you're working for him?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's the whole ecosystem of it. Are you?
So that's the important part.
What's the jobs in that town? Maybe just the local stores. Maybe it's about living simple. I don't know.
I had a dream once, and this obviously would never happen, but I thought this was pretty cool. Everybody in school, right? This is how they trained people. This is my dream. This is how I saw the world.
People.
When you go in school, they see what you're good at and what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, what do you like? These are the works that you could do in the realm of your talent.
Yeah.
You have to clock in a certain amount of hours a week. So, for example, 30 hours or something like that, right? You have to, or like a month, right? In 1 month, you have to do a certain amount, or a year. For a year, you have to do a certain amount of hours, right? You don't get paid though, like none. It's mandatory that you work these hours. But when you go to the movies, you go to the grocery store, you go to the water park, you go anywhere, everything is free, everything. Mm-hmm. But you have to work. If you don't work, you get kicked out of the land. That's in my head, right? Mm-hmm. So
you have to add value to the.
You have to add value, and everybody was happy because everybody's doing what they want to do. And if you don't want to do that anymore, it's not like, oh, I have to stay here. Because there's no reason. It's not like you're not growing with a company or anything like that, right? You could just transfer out of that job. Be like, okay, I don't want to do this art anymore. I want to go like work at a library, or I want to go do this. So people were like a lot more happy because they're not stuck in one little place. Mm-hmm. They just have to complete a certain amount of hours. Now, how educated you are, you could go higher in ranks, but that doesn't mean you get more out of life. It just means you get less work out of life. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like if you're a surgeon, you could do 20 hours a year. Or like, I'm giving you an example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this is my theory. Instead of working for money, you're working for less hours to work. Right. If you get like more educated and shit like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You like that idea?
Yeah. No, I like that. I've thought about that too, where it's like self-sustainable talents where you're just contributing, and then because of that, then you get to like enjoy yourself, and it's not about money. And yeah.
Would you guys live in this country that I build?
Yeah.
Potentially.
All right, I want to go back to that Dylan story I was talking about.
Oh, I forgot. Bro.
Which, by the way, I don't even know if my callback to this got cut from the story that got cut. So.
Oh, smart. Yeah. We've been doing a lot of cutting.
We've been this episode.
A lot of cutting. Bro.
We've cut a lot out of it.
Jesus.
Mostly because of Bell.
Yeah. Bell's been reckless. Bell's been reckless.
He started back 9 times, and then right before this,
you made it real.
Yes, and then right before this, decides to share something that it's like, man. No fucking way.
Tell them what you cut. Tell them what you cut.
He goes, oh, I'm gonna read this. If these were text messages between us, if this was the last thing that I read before one of us died or something like that, and then goes on to read like random messages from the both of us from like weeks ago that I don't even know which message he's gonna read. And just not appropriate whatsoever. Like what? I had no idea you were reading random text messages between us that I would never want shared.
I'm upset I had to listen to all of it.
Yes.
To be honest.
Like what?
Anyways,
go on.
So Bell's had a lot of cuts in this podcast.
I did had one for obvious reasons.
But there's one story that's not going to cut is because he's not even here to back himself up. Fuck yeah. Dylan, the producer of Impaulsive. This man he has a great personality. Very bubbly, very excited, very just enthusiastic about life. But when Dylan is caught in a very frustrating moment, the inner New York in him comes out aggressively, bro.
Really?
Aggressively, bro. When he's like on a time crunch and he's like in producer mode, he could be a little cutthroat.
Huh.
We're throwing bags into the car, right? And I'm just gently putting it in. And he's in a rush and he throws his bag in that wheel part, slams in this dude's like trunk. Dylan's upset because the guy's not loading the bags in the car, which
the driver ordered.
He's supposed to be grabbing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got an SUV class. It's just they even ask you, do you have bags? You say yes. The guy comes out and helps you.
Yeah.
This guy didn't help. He's a little frustrated, right? So he's holding 2 bags, hits the dude's car. The guy goes, hey, you're not paying for my car, buddy. Like that. And Dylan goes, God, man, it was just a little bump. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He goes, I worry about it. It's my car. And Dylan's like, don't worry about it. Charge the car if it's a fucking problem. And the guy's like, okay, there's no fucking problem. It's my car. And bro, they're just going at it. And I'm like, no fucking way, bro, right? So they're like, hey, it's okay. Hey, right? So finally he goes, hey, don't worry about it. Go on, and then they, all the doors close. I'm standing outside like, what the fuck did I just watch? It blew up in 2 seconds. And I'm like, okay, so I wanted to go in. Dylan, doors open, looking at me, goes, sit in the front. I go,
no.
You fucking sit in the front, asshole. You just pissed this guy off. I don't want to fucking sit next to him. And here's the worst part. They threw so many bags in, and I was so caught off guard. I'm holding my duffel bag, and I'm like, I don't even want to put my bag in this car.
Trunk?
He closed the trunk. There's no room for my duffel bag. So now I have a backpack and a duffel bag.
In the front seat?
Like this.
Oh, no.
I'm just looking over to the guy, and I swear to God, this dude is like this. He gets in the car. And he just looks.
Oh my gosh.
And he's
In the rear view
mirror, and he's staring at Dylan like this. And he just goes.
Oh my God.
He turns to me. Again, I'm like this. I'm so sorry, sir. He's in a rush right now. He's a very nice guy. He's very, very nice. Dylan, apologize to the nice man because we're in a rush and I need him to know that you're a nice guy. Doesn't miss a beat. Dylan, George, stay out of it. I already said I'm sorry 5 times. Either wrap it up, let's fucking go, get over it, or pull over. And I was like,
oh my.
and the guy's just staring at me like this. And I go, he's frustrated right now. Hasn't had a meal. I promise you, he's a good guy. Now, if we could just get going, that'd be great. The whole ride. Dude, imagine 15 minutes. I can't even get on my phone because my phone is in my pocket and there's 80 pounds on my lap. So I'm like, guess who's on his phone? Dylan, Caleb. They're in a group chat. Bing. Bing.
Oh, in your pocket?
Bing. 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 I can't know what's the conversation about. I know they're talking about the driver.
And he knows too. They're giggling while there's.
That's the problem.
He knows.
This is him now.
100%.
This is him.
No. Oh, that's just awful.
Slows down, looks at me, and he goes, I'm thinking.
What?
Swear, I'm not lying. He goes, I'm thinking. And I'm thinking was like, I'm thinking of pulling over and dropping you guys off.
Killing y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I go, sir, we're really close. I deeply, I'm sorry. Like, and if you do want to charge the card for any problems, like, you know, we get there. Happy Dylan comes because now we're making the plane. Sir, listen, sir, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I was just in a little rush, a little misunderstanding, but we're good now. We're good. And the guy just,
This is how he
I'm
talks.
not even kidding. He just looks at me and goes, looks back at me, and I go, he goes, winks at me.
Aww.
So yeah, that was the most uncomfortable Uber ride I've ever been a part of. Actually, that's not true. I've been to some pretty shitty Uber drivers.
Yeah.
Inside of them, actually, having sex with them. Just, I'm so sorry. I'm really off today.
Are you okay, bro?
I said
Like,
inside of an Uber driver.
Revert to the moment.
So I thought it'd be funny.
That section ended, and I was like, huh, I wonder how he's going to transition out of this one. Instantly.
Just inside of them.
Jesus.
I had so we always have Ubers take me to the airport for Impulsive, and I am very cautious about Uber drivers, bro, because think about it. It's just a stranger. You don't know who this guy is, and he's driving you. So I'm just like cautious. I hate Uber drivers that are like really confident and they're like straight up texting or they're watching things.
It gets scary.
That
Fun
pisses
of
me
you.
off. And I have the same questions for all of them. I go, hey man, do you want to just do your job and not bust out a laptop and do your taxes while you're taking me to the airport? I don't want that. So this dude right over here at this light, which by the way, anybody who's here, all of us, will hear car accidents on this light all the
Constantly.
time. Dude's driving, looking down. I'm looking at him. He's still looking down. I go, hey, man, red light, still going. Hey, man, red light, still going. I go, hey, red light. Dude slams his brake, but in the middle of the intersection at a red light.
Shut up.
Bro, I go, oh, dude, I go. He goes, I'm sorry. I go, fucking pod, go. So he fucking pulls over. He goes, I'm so sorry. I was looking down. I go, I know what the fuck you're doing. Pull over, please. And he goes, no, please, no. And I go, no, sir, please, pull over. And he goes, no. I go, sir, I'm going to punch you in the back of the fucking head. Pull over. He goes, no, please, don't hit me. No, I'll take you for free. And I go, no, dude, pull the fuck over. Like, I'm going to put you in a headlock. pull over. Because he's driving. And I'm like, this guy has to be on drugs. He hit a red light and he's not pulling over. So I was like, sir, I will assault you because I'm scared now. Pull the fuck over.
Yeah.
So he pulls over.
He has your life in his hands.
Yeah, please pull
No,
over.
bro.
No.
I don't fucking. And Reed, by the way, Reed has witnessed me tell a man pull over.
We have another story that was crazy.
On the highway, this guy fell asleep, started going the other way. I go, pull over. You're 98 years old. You
He
shouldn't even
came
have
to a
it.
dead stop on a highway on the shoulder because he missed the exit. Started reversing in the middle of the night. It was like probably 1 a.m. Started reversing on the shoulder.
Bro, and you're like, oh, that like, how did he do that? Like, how could you fit? He couldn't. There's cars flying by. I was like, buddy, you
my
can't
God.
reverse on a highway. You can't reverse on a highway. How did you get your license?
Yeah.
On top of that, how did you get Uber?
He also didn't speak English, but we got him to pull over.
That's why I
Get
had to
off the
scream
highway
because I thought
and pull over.
because he didn't understand. He kept going like this. Miami Uber drivers are the fucking
Bro.
worst, bro. Papi, come on, papi. And they're watching music videos the whole time. I go, dude, papi, turn it off, bro. Put your seatbelt on, put the cigar out. The whiskey needs to get out of here as well.
Yeah.
You're driving. So I told that guy to pull over, and this guy pulled over. And here's the one thing that I don't do. I don't report. Because
Right.
he could have had a bad day, and I don't want to take bread off of his table. So he comes out and goes, no, please, I'll take you for free. I'll take you. And I said, dude,
Dang.
don't worry. I'm getting a new car because I'm scared of you. But I go, I'm not reporting you. This is a lesson learned because maybe you would have had somebody else that would have punched you in the back of the head and then reported you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a lesson learned. We're both walking away free. Dude followed me a block, and I literally had to tell him, I go, buddy, I'm gonna throw my phone at you.
Was he circling around and kept coming back
He
around?
kept reversing and following
Oh, in his
me.
car. I pictured him like
Yeah.
walking after you. He's in his car.
He's
following
reversing, and then he got out of his car and
Got
then
it.
started running on foot. And I said, dude, you're like, I'm scared now. Like, you need to leave.
You. What if he was a really big fan and he was on his phone while driving because he was just texting everybody like, "Oh, I'm with George Janko."
I don't
And
think
then
that
he
guy not
stopped and
only
he-
not gave a shit about me, he was deeply talking to somebody in a different language very passionately. I don't think I was on his radar. I don't even think he remembered that I was in the back seat. Also, do you guys remember when you first found out about Uber? Do you guys remember?
No.
You don't remember?
Like the day that like Uber came out? I don't know.
No, I mean, I was sitting around being like, it finally launched. No, not like that. But the first time.
When it was a new thing.
Yes, when you found out, like, oh, you could have a stranger come to you and
Yeah.
pick you up. I was first time I moved to LA, I got invited to a Kendrick Lamar Hennessy party, not like by Kendrick, like got invited to this event. And that, by the way, I don't know if anybody knows who King Batch is, one of my
Yeah.
close friends. I met him there, and I asked him for a picture. And he was, yeah, but we got to make it quick because he was chasing a girl in the middle of the crowd. And he was too nice to say no to me to take a picture because I was a
still said
fan.
yes.
And so he was like looking at her ass as he was like, hey, let's make it quick. And till this day, I always end up like, come on, let's make it quick. Because like we're friends now. But when I was a fan, I go, you told me to make it quick, by the way. Just FYI. Told me to, and he did one of these too. Like, let's make it quick. And I was like, okay. By the way, that picture of us is so funny because I'm like super excited he could give two fucks about that picture. So I'm at this.
never knew that.
So I wanted to go to this party, but I had no friends, right? And what did I do when I didn't have friends? I either went to the gym and made friends, or I went to the grocery store. And I didn't have time to go to the grocery store, so I went to LA Fitness and I met this guy named Sam. He was a really Middle Eastern guy, and anybody who's Middle Eastern knows no other Middle Eastern is a stranger to you. You could go up, Habibi, how are you? And then like that's it.
Yeah, because
friends.
there's family
Best
now.
So I went up to him. I was like, so how long have you been here? Blah, blah, blah. We chit-chatted. And I asked him, I go, hey, I'm going to this event. I don't want to go alone. Do you want to come with me? And he said, yeah. We're still friends till this day, by the way. So I made a friend that way. So we're on our way there. He goes, hey, could you pick me up? Because I lived here just right across the light to the left. That's where he lives, right next to In-N-Out. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'll pick you up and then we'll head there. I'm waiting outside of his house. And I'll never forget this. I'm sitting there like this. And all I kept thinking was, man, like, I'm single, right? This is my first time going out. All I want to do is meet a shorty out. That's all I want to do, bro. I just want to meet a girl so I could bring her back to my house. I've never, as a Middle Eastern boy being 20-something years old, you can't bring a girl back to your house. You can't. Unless you want to die. But besides that, you can't. If even girlfriends, friends that were girls, weren't allowed in my house at a certain time. Like if it was certain, like the sun went down, I'm like, hi, bye-bye. My parents would go, all the guys, no, cool. Sid, hummus is on its way. You, bye-bye. Bye-bye. And then her parents are coming to pick her up. So now I'm single. I'm in LA and I'm excited. I'm like, dude, I want to meet a girl. I have a guy. We're going to go up like the movies. We're going to go to the bar. I'm like, it's LA. There's hoes out here. I've been listening to the music. If these ugly rappers could get girls, I could get girls off my personality. Sitting there confidently, all of a sudden, 5 beautiful chicks just get in my car. And I'm like, what's happening?
It's that
here?
easy?
I thought Sam was like, I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to bring chicks with us. We'll be able to get in.
No.
Because for those of you guys that haven't been to the club, if you're a guy and you have no social status or you're not buying a table, good luck getting into the party. Like, it's very hard. It's very annoying. I actually bought fake followers and likes to get into a club when I first moved out here, because somebody told me, like, yeah, if you're an influencer, they'll let you into the clubs. And I literally walked up to the bouncer, like, yeah, I have this many followers and likes. And I swear to God, he goes, all right, come in. And he's like, oh, but. And so I was just like, oh, it's fake as shit, bro. I took a picture from the Instagram app, like the app,
like
and I took a picture. I uploaded it and I bought Instagram likes. Back then, you could do it off an app. And you know what's so funny? If you didn't want to buy them, you could like other people's pictures, and then it'll give you points, so then they could come and like your pictures.
Really?
Great app.
Wow.
Great app.
They should bring it back.
So I had like 4,000 or 5,000 likes of me saying, just posted up at this club. It was a Monday night. Just to give you an example of the nightlife, right? The guy saw that at 4,000 likes, and I just tagged this. Yeah, come in. So like, I thought in my mind, when all these girls jumped in my car, I go, bruh, that's it. We're going to be walking in, dude. Like, Sam brought all these girls. And then Sam comes up to me and he's looking and he goes, who are all these girls? And I was like, I thought they were fucking with you.
And they're just all in your car?
We drove for like a good 2 minutes. And I was just like, they're all like, yeah, we're ready. I was like, yeah, we're ready. And I was like, dude, they thought they were going to a club and I was their fucking Uber driver.
Yeah.
And I thought they came with Sam. Sam thought they came with me. So the girls got into the car, then he came in because they didn't sit in the front seat. Look how this fucking worked. So this guy gets into the front seat, thinks that I brought these girls. I thought the girls came ahead of him, got into my car, and they respectfully left the fucking front seat open for him.
Yeah.
I don't know what Uber is. So I'm like, this is lit, right? So we're driving. He's like, yes, so like, how did you know these girls? And I go, what? And he goes, how do you know these girls? And I go, what do you fucking mean? How do I know these girls? And by the way, little fun story.
This is terrifying.
This is like a little side note. My mother would raise me like this. George, look at me. All girls are evil. Don't be alone with them. I swear to God, they'll say some shit. Don't be alone with them. So since I was a kid, I never have ever been alone with a girl unless I'm like super comfortable with her, because my mom has terrified the shit out of me that somebody be like, yeah, you know, that guy, asshole. He tried to have sex with me. That's what they'll say about you. And then now, pervert. You're a pervert now. And I was like, okay, first of all, I'm not a pervert, okay? So I'm already traumatized of women, scared of them. And I just kidnapped 4.
Dude.
It's not looking good.
4 of them. 2 of them are sitting on each other's laps. And I looked at them and I go, where are you? Where are you guys from?
No.
I swear to God. And they go, we're from Wisconsin. We're like coming here for the so-and-so thing. We're so excited. How long until we get there? And I go, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
She goes, wait, are you our Uber? And I literally go, no, I'm George. She goes, no, are you our Uber driver? Never heard the word Uber in my life. And Sam starts dying of laughter. He goes, no, there's a huge misunderstanding. And I had a Toyota Corolla, and I guess a Toyota Corolla is hot for Uber X. Hot. I kidnapped 4 women on accident because they thought I was their Uber driver. And I had to calmly ask them to get the fuck out of my car. And they got mad at us. They're like, why are you fucking driving it now? I go, bitch, you got my fucking car. I was like, hey,
they still wanted you to drive them after they found out you weren't their Uber driver?
but they got mad. Why didn't you fucking tell us that you're not? I was like, bro, you got in my fucking car. I thought you were my friend.
Yeah, that's on you as 4 girls to double check you're getting in the right car, bro.
I kidnapped you guys. Kidnapped them. I did what my mother told me not to do. See, this is what happens. Don't tell your kids not to do something, or they'll do it just to get back at you.
Yep. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so if you guys were those 2, there are 4 whatever girls that were in my car, what's up? Thanks for hanging out. Can I get in trouble for the story? I didn't do anything, right?
I think you're good.
No.
Can I tell you guys another quick story?
Okay.
Because now I'm just feeling the groove now.
Yeah.
Now I found the sweet spot of the podcast. I got
Good thing it's in the last
Shut up, Reed.
6th.
Anyway, I'm gonna say it. Can I tell you guys how I actually got girls to go on a date with me when I first came to LA? I am gonna tell you the story, and I've told you this. Mm-hmm. But nobody believes me, and I swear I kid you not. Oh, I have witnesses. I have Greg. Greg watched me do this. Thank God, bro. I lived at Sycamore in Hollywood. So if anybody looks at it on the map, Sycamore in Hollywood is right next to the Chinese Theater. The Chinese Theater is where everybody has their movie premiere for big movies. And a lot of people, what they do is they set up like gates so people could walk onto the street to watch their favorite actors do the red carpet.
Yeah.
Okay. I would walk there once or twice and I realized there'd be really, really nice dressed people going in as well, but they're not movie stars. No. But the people still looked at them like they were. And I noticed this. And I never forget, I heard this guy goes, no, I think that's Tom Cruise's agent, so-and-so. And I was like, dude, these people are trying to put together who these other people that are just watching the movie, right? Because people come and watch the movie. Mm-hmm. Like producers, friends, or whatever. 1,000 people. I went home one day when I saw that they were setting up. I think it was a Fast and the Furious movie. I'm not even kidding. Got dressed like I'm about to walk a red carpet, bro. Fully like church clothes on.
Church clothes.
Walk all the way there on the phone. See 3, 4, 5 hot girls just looking. Who's coming out? Who's going to be next? And then I go, oh, yeah. I'm right here. Just come get me. And then, yeah, I'm gonna wait right here. And I just hang up and and they're like, are you going inside? And I was like, yeah, my agent's coming to get me. I'm not in the movie, guys. I'm not in the movie. But my agent, because the movie's coming out, like I gotta, show face, And they're like, oh my God, what have you been in? I can't say what I'm in right now. Nice. This is some work on some stuff, but yeah, I just gotta go to these things all the time. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Get to see cool people. Did you guys see Tom yet? Tom Cruise coming?
Tom.
Tom's here.
Tom. Yeah, Tom.
I don't know. Somebody's name. I name dropped whoever's movie premiere.
No, I like that you just called him Tom though.
Yeah. Oh, Tom. Yeah. Did you cruise on yet? They're like, oh my God, like how do you even get into this? Can we get into this? I was like, I can't get into it. I got my deaf sister's coming in and Make-A-Wish kid is coming as well. So like I ran out of my tickets,
Nice.
So maybe next time. Oh, okay. I come here to these things all the time. Do you guys want to go to the Buffalo Wild Wings right next door? Like
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Just like that, fellas.
It's right across the street. I mean, dude, like
it's as simple as that.
We could just go hang out. And be like, no, you wouldn't leave this. Like, I would. I can't even get into this. They start laughing. I was like, nah, I'm just kidding. I could. Of course, could. Yeah, let's leave. And I would leave, and they'd be like, so, like, how long have you been acting? I was like, bro, it feels like a day. That's how I got girls. Like, I literally pretend like I was going to get to things.
That's impressive.
It's genius, honestly. It makes a lot of sense.
Couldn't do 2 dates because then
you get caught in
they'd
your
realize who the fuck I am, and then I would just be in. By the way, bringing them to my apartment afterwards is definitely not a flashy apartment. They were like, oh, you're broke. And I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, we got to go. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later. Buffalo Wild Wings is fun, though. Like,
so funny. I know. Weren't you not nervous when you're like with them at Buffalo Wild Wings? Like you run out of things to say?
No, because I never played it as if I was a celebrity. I played it as if I was a celebrity's friend or something like that. Like, oh, I know him. Yeah, he's a good guy. Probably a piece of shit in real life. I have no idea. Anyways, so obviously this podcast was it was all over the place.
What you thought.
It was definitely not one of our bests, but we're still working at it.
We're just chilling. I'm sorry. I tried to bring all of me as I could. I feel like I was a little absent today. Sorry about that.
Diarrhea.
And George keeps bullying you.
Dude, please stop saying that. I don't even have that.
You can't even say it.
Have what?
You can't even. I don't even have that.
That thing.
Anyways.
Say it for the audience.
Say it for the audience. Just say it.
They just want to hear it.
No.
We can't end the podcast until you say it. I'm sorry, Bill.
We're done.
This is tough.
We're done. We're done. Why are you just staring at me?
We haven't cut.
Because we can't cut until you say it.
Why are you guys 12 years old? Listen, I don't have that. I have food
With
poisoning. I've been
13.
throwing up, and then you decide to say the grossest thing out of all of them. That's like not even true,
Bro, you don't have diarrhea. Gross. Just,
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
It's disgusting.
See you next time when I'm more alive.
It's because we're juicing. I don't like it. We're thin, but in the wrong way. Just, it's really bad. I sneezed once and it just shot out of my asshole. I went, and they were like, bless you. I go, no. Cursed me. It's actually the opposite. And people are like, does this smell like celery in here? And I was just like, no, I don't know where that came from. That was the elevator ride I didn't talk on. What floor are you going to? The bathroom. What floor is that? Whichever is closer, whichever level.
This one's great.
This is beep, beep. I'm just going to slide out here. Come on,
Because
babe.
it's running down your legs. It's in your socks.
She's like, he's being weird. He didn't do that. God, you know what? I couldn't agree more to anybody who hates me in real life. Like when they watch this, I agree with you on this podcast. Like if you don't leave a hate comment.
Shut up.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Well,
We're on streaming platforms. That's exciting.
I'm gonna fucking go.
on all of them.
I love you guys. If you haven't signed up to our Patreon, it's popping over there. We're having a great time. Come check it out. And I laughed so hard I saw stars. So.
Pew.
See you next week.
Please come back to the next podcast. Please.
Come back soon.
Please, I promise you'll be so much better. Oh, toe tap me. All right, see ya.
Bye.